Hey everyone, Josh here from pmstudent.com. Got a question about EVM today from a student who's a student of project management in an engineering program. And so I just wanted to share this with you so that everybody gets the benefit of me answering the question. Okay, so the first question is, for updated BAC, if I have a change order at the end of the 6th month and I'm going to update it at the end of the 6th month, in this case, must I add the change order in updated BAC or no? So I essentially think that what you're trying to ask there is for BAC, which is budget at complete, if there's a change order that impacts the total budget of the project, are you also doing a change order to update the BAC? And just for your reference here, let me take you to pmstudent.com really quick. If you go to pmstudent.com, find the search box, do a search for EVM, you will find the first one is going to be an EVM related item. And I wrote a series of posts a while back, and if you scroll down you can see the table of contents here for this series of posts about EVM. And the EVM basics kind of gives you an idea of some of these basics. So in this question we're going to talk about the budgeted cost of work scheduled, which is the same thing as planned value. And this is really just what was planned to be spent at this time if the schedule was perfect. So what was the budgeted cost of work scheduled, just like it says. And then forecasting is where we start talking about BAC, the budget at completion. So this is the total planned budget for the project. So let's say that we estimated in my sample here that I'm estimating the total project cost at $200,000. So back to the question. For updated BAC, if I have the change order at the end of this month 6. So essentially what the reader is asking here is if there's a change in scope that's going to make an impact on the total cost of the project, do you then submit a change order to change the total cost of the project? And my answer to that would be no. Really, in a good change control system, any change that comes through is going to have the impacts on scope, schedule, all of that attached to it. So if a change is approved, it means that you're also approving the changes in the budget. Okay, and so really, as a part of that change request getting approved, there needs to be some provision for allocating extra budget, or whatever the impact is. You need to make sure that you're able to actually do that when you do the approval. Okay. The second question, when I'm going to calculate BCWS, which is budgeted cost of work scheduled, must I use the original BAC or the updated one? With both of these questions, first of all, I'm assuming that the change is actually making a substantial impact on the cost of the project. If it's going to be a minor one, it's not something where I would actually rebaseline and recalculate the BAC if it's a minor change. But if it's significant, then what you're going to want to do is rebaseline your project, and you are gonna come up with a new budget at complete, which will also modify the BCWS, because whatever work you've added in, those additional costs, your budgeted cost of work scheduled in the future is going to be higher because you're adding scope, you're doing more work in the future. So in that situation, you are going to use an updated BAC. It's going to reflect both the work that you've already done, and you're going to do this new budget at complete based on what your scope is now after this change request is approved and has gone through. So I hope that helps. And again, you can look at pmstudent.com, just search for EVM, and you'll find this series of posts where I kind of walk through the basics and then go through some examples on the calculations. If you do have any questions, you can leave comments on these posts on pmstudent.com or contact me directly, Josh at pmstudent.com. Thank you.